A rapper is hospitalized this hour after being attacked in a local prison.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok bottom of the video, and we're gonna hop right into it. So today we will be talking about the Tory Lanez stabbing and all the updates surrounding it. So Tory Lanez currently being housed at Chopper, I think. Chopper. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a prison in California near Bakersfield. It's reported that he was stabbed 14 times, 7 to the back, 4 to the torso, 2 to the back, 1 to the face, and both lungs collapsed. Originally, he was placed on a breathing apparatus, but now he is breathing on his own and talking on his own, even though he is still in pain. Obviously, your fucking lungs collapse. All this happened, you're gonna be in pain. But yeah, like I said, he's reported he's doing good. So far, so that's good. We're glad to see that he's still alive. Obviously, we don't want to see nothing happen to the man, especially when the man may be innocent. I'm not going. I have actually given my opinion multiple times on this channel what I think of the case, but yeah, it's very sad to see just somebody who may be innocent. But at first, we were getting different stories on who did it and who it might be. So, at first, Wack came out and niggas was trying to say Wack was wrong, and Wack technically actually came out to be right. There was Mexican gang.
What you want?
See, they stabbed my boy, huh?
Yeah.
They hit him 3 times, they tell me. Once in the face, the chest, they hit him 3 times. They tried to get him. A Mexican.
How you doing?
Dropout Mexican, too. Shit, he live alive. That motherfucking penitentiary gonna go up when them gates racked on. I don't know what the fuck 1090 Jake was talking about. It couldn't have been nobody from another race. Nigga, when a stabbing happened from another race, they locked the prison down, nigga. That shit ain't...
So kudos to Wack, because sometimes I don't get show no love, but sometimes I'll be criticizing Wack. So kudos to Wack for being right this time. Some people were saying that it was somebody black that he had a personal beef with, but we actually, finally got the answer to our question. So
Next came out and bust on the boy Tory. They airlifted him and all that. So that's gonna respond when we come off. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a debt, a gambling debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. Don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's finna be up.
Yeah, for sure with some foul play.
Damn, cuz wasn't nobody right there with him when he went down?
Yeah, I guess nobody wasn't. He was by himself out there. He got a whole tier full of necks. He on a whole tier full of necks.
Wow.
But you already know once we get off this.
We found out that it was, I don't want to call him a Mexican because I don't know if he's actually Mexican, honestly. Let me see if I can find what his actual ethnicity is. So it is I couldn't find his ethnicity, so I'm gonna just go with the Mexican gang thing. No disrespect, he's not Mexican, he's just another Hispanic, another Hispanic nationality, but that's the information I'm getting. So he was stabbed by Santino Castillo, who is actually in jail currently for actually a couple different things. But he originally went to jail in 2004 for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted personal use of deadly weapon and inflict great bodily harm. This nigga nasty. Basically, I hate to say it like this is a disgusting individual. This nigga went to jail because he was already a pedophile, and this nigga killed his 13-year-old girlfriend. Shot her with a shotgun close range. This nigga is a terrible individual, and he's fucking nasty. So 13-year-old shot her at close range shotgun. So that tells you what kind of nigga you're dealing with already. Then on January 3rd, 2008, he was sentenced to this is why he was already incarcerated, sentenced to additional 6 years for assault by a prisoner with the deadly force of a weapon likely to cause great bodily harm, which I think is probably just something similar to what he just did, was stab somebody. And then over 10 years later, given an additional 10 years for possession and manufacturing of a deadly weapon by a prison. That's probably they just checked his damn cell and they found his shank or something else that, could inflict bodily harm. So, yeah. that's pretty much all to be said about the details. Now, it was a lot of rumors and shit going on about this. So first, a lot of people was like, was it Rock Nation putting out a hit on him? You know, that's not impossible, but I highly doubt it just because of where he's at, who it is, and all that. Just how the relations and things are set up with races in prison and all that. Blacks and Hispanics, they and whites too, because they got the Aryan gangs and things of that sort. They go at it. It's a very racial thing in prison, but it makes it 2-3 times worse when you go to a California prison. They kind of already deal with this outside. When you're in LA in these gangs, they already kind of dealing with racial tension, blacks versus brown and versus, well, I don't know how the white gangs work outside, but biker gangs and shit. But blacks versus brown, so in prison it's just 10 times worse. So I just don't believe Rock Nation, would send a Mexican to, or like pay Mexican to go do that, especially if we talking about, Jay-Z putting the hands in the pocket, a New Yorker who's going to put, money in a Mexican gang in California, who's, a prison gang, and what I was gonna say. Oh, and it's against a Canadian. I just don't see that, being very possible, just because of the circumstances, but anything's possible, but I don't see that being a thing. But now they're really working to try to get him out of jail. They had that press conference and all that thing, because like I said, a lot of people believe he's innocent. Supposedly it's some type of recording with Kelsey, but somebody else is saying, some other people are saying they think Kelsey did and all that, or who they're alleged did it and all that. So, all right, it was another witness that said think Kelsey did it, but and that's my opinion too, because of just how the DNA and the evidence was set up. But yeah, honestly, like I said, I just told you my opinion. I hope he gets out. Seeing this happens to somebody who I don't believe actually shot Megan, and now he's getting stabbed up in prison. Luckily, he survived, and he's going to look like he's going to make a full recovery. So that's a blessing. But he shouldn't be in this situation, honestly. So yeah, that shit is crazy. He really should not be in the circumstance. And I forgot to say this. The reason it's supposedly he got stabbed is because the Mexican gang didn't like that he rose to shot caller status. Obviously he got money, and he's been a celebrity a while, so he's able to stow all that around and get people to do stuff for him, and they didn't like that, so they stabbed him. But yeah, like I said, he's an innocent man in circumstances. He shouldn't be here. So I hope they figure out a way to get his charges reversed or something like that, especially after he said his lawyer gave him bad counsel with the whole, I'm pretty sure they was set up by Rock Nation thing. But if you want more details, just go watch some of my other videos. But yeah, that shit's sad. But yeah, hopefully he out though. Guys, that's all I got to say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok about the video, and we out.